Hey everyone, my name is Stan and welcome back to another video. So today I am going to be doing a voiceover, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you OG fans have not heard me do a voiceover probably for a very long time now, and I thought that today would be the perfect time to do a voiceover because today is Dua's 30th birthday and 10 years since she released her first single, New Love. So I thought I would walk you through I guess you could say, my time listening to Dua, or my experience with her music since I was really little and to where I am now. So starting in 2017, I heard New Rules on the radio. That was the first time I've heard any Dua song, and I was like a little kid, okay? I was not that little, but I was like a child. So I listened to New Rules on the radio, and at that time, I didn't like go online or anything because I didn't know how to like work a computer. But that was the first time I heard any Dua song. So because I couldn't go on a computer, I listened to it on the radio a lot. And then the year after, 2018, was One Kiss, and One Kiss was like the song of the summer of 2018. Okay, it was like the biggest deal in 2018 for Dua and for like anyone who listens to pop music or the radio. That was like the biggest song that year. So One Kiss, after I heard One Kiss, I was like, wait, this song eats. Like, this song's like good. And I didn't know that New Rules the year before and One Kiss were made by the same artist because I didn't even know who Dua was. Like, I didn't know her name. I just knew that New Rules and One Kiss existed. I didn't know anything about her besides for those two songs. So then I knew how to like use a computer, and I was actually to go online. So I searched, because like the chorus, One Kiss is all it takes, falling in love with me, possibilities. I Googled that, and then I came across the song, and it was like song by Calvin Harris and Dua Lipa, and I was like, at the time I called her Dua Lipa. When I first saw that name, I was like, wait, who's Dua Lipa? I've never heard of that person. So I just had that name engraved in the back of my mind, and now that I know the song was called One Kiss and it was by Dua Lipa, I would play it a lot. I would play it like at home, I would play it in the car when my parents let me, and that song was like an absolute banger when I was a little kid, okay? I love that song. And 2019 was when I first heard Don't Start Now. And if you guys don't know, which you probably do know, Dua kind of struggled with her dancing at the beginning of her career, which to anyone who is struggling, the best thing you can do is to take that criticism and improve, which is what Dua did. So she took all the criticism from all the haters that were saying, go girl, give us nothing, into go girl, give us everything. And she came back with the most electrifying performance of Don't Start Now at the MTV EMAs in 2019. And when I first heard that song, I was like, wait, isn't this the same artist that did One Kiss? At the time, I didn't search up New Rules because I didn't know the song was called New Rules, and I didn't pay attention to any of the lyrics. So in 2019, I was like, wait, this is the same artist that did One Kiss, that sang One Kiss. So I was like, wait, this artist is special. This artist has something to her that's like special. So I was like, wait, this is like a big deal. And then 2020 was my Future Nostalgia release, and since we were all stuck in lockdown, I thought I would listen to some of the songs, and that was when I heard like all of the singles. So Don't Start Now, Physical, Break My Heart, and then once Levitating released, I did Levitating. I skipped Hallucinate. I don't know why I didn't like listen to Hallucinate at first, because I went from Break My Heart to the release of the album straight to Levitating, and Levitating changed my life, okay? I kept singing the wrong lyrics for a long time, okay? Like, I sang the wrong lyrics a lot. And that led me into actually learning lyrics. So I learned the lyrics to Levitating and to all the other singles of Future Nostalgia, and then One Kiss. Because previously, I just, like, listened to the songs for fun. Like, I never had any need to memorize lyrics. And I think the other thing is that I was, like, a big Imagine Dragons fan in lockdown. Because I listened to, like, Whatever It Takes and On Top of the World and Thunder and Enemy and all those during lockdown. So I guess I wasn't paying much attention to Dua. I was more of an Imagine Dragons fan. So, yeah. And then fast forward to 2022, because 2021, even though, like, she released, like, We're Good and Prisoner and the Moonlight Edition, I don't know why I just skipped over those. So fast forward to 2022, and we were supposed to do, like, a project. The project was basically to do, like, a song and, like, write what you think the singer is singing about, which is, like, so obvious for a lot of songs. Like, they thought that, like, this would be, like, the hardest thing in the world for us. No, it was really easy. So I did, like, we were supposed to work in partners, by the way. So I think I did Don't Start Now by Dua. And I was working with this girl, and she was like, no, it's Lipa. It's Dua Lipa. Because at the time, I still called her Dua Lipa. I was like, yeah, let's do Don't Start Now by Dua Lipa. Which is a very fake fan. It's very, very fake fan core. So this girl was like, yeah, but her name is Dua Lipa, not Dua Lipa. And I was like, wait, oh my god, I didn't know that. It's Dua Lipa. So 2022 was also the year that Dua embarked on her Future Nostalgia tour, which I didn't go. I begged my parents to take me, but they wouldn't. And I was, like, really sad. So if you guys remember, if all of you OG fans remember, I started doing studio versions of the Future Nostalgia tour in 2022. And that was, like, my excuse to learn all of the songs on Future Nostalgia. Even the ones that I skipped over, like Hallucinate and We're Good. I learned all the songs on the set list of the Future Nostalgia tour. Even the ones from DL1, like Electricity, that I skipped over and Be The One, because I didn't know those. So after I did all the songs on Future Nostalgia and the songs that were on the set list before, but were from DL1, that was the moment I knew New Rules was the song that I listened to when I was 7 years old. Because New Rules on the set list, right? So I was like, New Rules, this sounds so familiar. And then I realized that it was the song that I listened to when I was 7 years old, and I didn't know that this song was called New Rules, nor that it was by Dua. Because keep in mind, I had completely cut off New Rules because I didn't go online back then, because I was, like, remember, I was a little kid. So I never searched up New Rules ever until 2022. Because I didn't know it was by Dua until that moment when she performed it on tour, which sounds really stupid on my part, but that's what happened. And so I also learned Sweetest Pie and Potion because, well, Sweetest Pie was because she performed it on tour for 3 show dates, and then Potion was just because it was a new song. And then 2023 came. 2023 was Dance the Night. That was, like, Dance the Night era, and I was so ready for a new Dua song by, like, early 2023, and Dua gave us Dance the Night. She gave it to us, and that was the song of the summer of 2023, Dance the Night. That song was amazing. It was another disco song. It reached number 5 in the UK, and I think it maybe became a top 10 hit in the US. I don't know. Can someone tell me in the comments, please, because I don't look at chart stuff a lot. But yeah. So Dance the Night was, like, my bop. I listened to it on Spotify. I played it in my AirPods when I was at home. I was, like, I was in full swing. I was, like, a full Dua fan. I watched all the interviews online. I watched the Wired interview. I watched the lie detector test. I did everything, and I listened to all her songs, including Dance the Night. And summer of 2023, after I kind of got bored of Dance the Night, I'm so sorry, I went back and I learned a lot of the songs on DL1. So songs like Hotter Than Hell, I Don't Give Up, not One Kiss, Scared to Be Lonely, Kiss and Make Up, Begging, Last Dance. Last Dance is a big one because I saw this like live studio concept of Last Dance and Prisoner by Grande Went Next. And that was my excuse to learn Last Dance and Prisoner. The other reason why I learned all those DL1 songs was because summer of 2023, I don't know why, between May and November, which is when she released Houdini, I was so, like, I was, like, dying. I was, like, thirsty for more Dua songs. Like, I was, like, when is Dua gonna release new music? When is Dua gonna come back? Because my channel was dead because I couldn't release any studio versions or anything because Dua wasn't doing anything. So, like, I couldn't release studio versions. I couldn't release performances. I couldn't release lyric videos because there was nothing to do because summer 2023, she wasn't releasing any music because I did, like, a sped up version of Dance the Night. I did a Dance the Night lyric video, but after that, I didn't do anything because there was nothing to do. So once she released Houdini, I did the, like, reacting to Houdini video, and that was, like, that was when I was like, oh my god, she's about to serve again. She did so much serving with Future Nostalgia. Now it's time for a new era of Dua Lipa. And she called it, quote-unquote, Houdini World, because she didn't want to, like, give the title away yet, or the cover art. So she was like, yeah, guys, I'm in Houdini World. And at that moment, I was like, okay, time for a new album. And I thought it would release, like, really, really soon, but no. Houdini was released in November of 2023, and then Training Season, the next single, was released in February of 2024. That was, like, a 3-month gap. And obviously, she did release London Sessions. I listened to those nonstop. But I actually did do London Sessions studio versions, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But that was when I realized that this album might be, like, because initially I thought, oh, she might release it in, like, March or April, like she did with Future Nostalgia. That was the moment I realized, oh no, this album's gonna come out later. This album probably gonna come out May or June for it to be, like, a summer album. And so when Dua performed Training Season at the Brits and the Grammys, she, like, introduced Training Season at the Grammys. She, like, teased it, and then she was like, okay, the song's called Training Season. I'm going to release it on the 15th of February 2024. And so once she did that, I did 8D audio. I did, like, one 8D audio video. Actually, no. I did 8D audio of Training Season at the Grammys and at the Brits. That's it. Those are the only 2 8D audios I've done to date. If you guys want to see more of those, you can tell me, because those are really fun to make, actually, so I will not say no. But after that, I kind of just, like, I feel like it went back to, like, summer 2023. Like, I didn't know what to upload anymore because she only releases 2 new songs, which are Houdini Training Season. I think at the time, yeah, I did the Houdini reacting video, and then I did the Training Season's 8D audio. And I don't remember if I did a video for that, which I'll put it on the screen if I did do one, but I don't remember. So after Illusion, I was like, because she announced, she was like, okay, my album's called Radical Optimism. It's releasing on May 3rd. She announced this on the 13th of March. And so after Illusion, I was like, okay, this album's coming in a month. And every day I would count down until May 3rd, which was the release of Radical Optimism. And from then, that's history. I'm pretty sure most of you guys were with my channel around that time. I did studio versions I did watch the God Singer live stream. I did studio versions of those. And then now I'm doing studio versions of her world tour. And that is it. We have come from me being a little kid to now being a depressed teenager. But to now being, like, a full-fledged fan. Like, I know all the songs of Radical Optimism, all the songs of Future Nostalgia, the Moonlight Edition, because I did end up learning all the other songs that were on tour, and then most of the songs from DL1. So thank you so much for watching. I'm pretty sure you guys loved going on this journey with me, and if you guys have similar stories or experiences with Dua's music, please leave them in the comments. I would love to read them. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. Mwah.